Hi again, everyone. In this tutorial we're going to take a simple image like this image of me throwing a baseball, and we're going to create a dot effect that looks like this and then throw a border around it like this. So steps in this process are pretty simple. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate my layer right here, work on my copy, and I'm going to go to Filters and Blur and Pixelize. I'm going to choose a pixel width of 15 by 15. This is personal preference and it depends on your photograph what pixel width you can go to. So we're going to stay with 15 by 15, say OK, and it's going to pixelize me throwing the baseball. The next thing we need to do is to create the dots that are going to be used to cut out from the image. So we're going to go to File, New, and you can see I've made one here. I'm going to show you quickly how to make this. So we're going to go to File, New, and I'm going to go ahead and set up my image to be 15 pixels by 15 pixels. Okay, and that's kind of small. We're going to zoom in just so we can see what we're doing. We're going to, on the layer menu, add some transparency by adding an alpha channel to the background. And then we're going to choose an ellipse tool. Before we do the ellipse though, let's go ahead and make this black in the background. Okay, now we have black in the background. We're going to go to the ellipse. We're going to feather our edges of our ellipse by 5 pixels, and then come in like this and draw our ellipse. That's good right there. And then we're just going to cut. You could hit Control X if you wanted. So that's going to cut out a circle, the center of my circle. You could, if you want a more defined edge, you could invert at this point and throw black back into the edge. That's again another personal preference thing. So we're going to say select none. We have our circle shape effect right here, and basically what we did this for was to make a brush. So we're going to select all of this image, and we're going to copy. Edit, copy. You could hit Control C to copy. So I've copied this 15 pixels by 15 pixels, and basically what that did was it put that copy into our clipboard of brushes, and then we can use that brush to fill in the next step. So now I'm going to go up to my pixelized image, and here I'm going to turn off my original image. I don't want to be able to see that, but I do want to add a layer here. I'm going to come back to that. We're going to use that later. And right here on this top layer copy, we're going to add a layer mask. So we're going to right click and add a layer mask. That's also in the layers menu, mask, add layer mask. Or you could simply right click, layer, mask, and add layer mask. So lots of ways to get to the layer mask. I just want to make sure you can see. So we're going to add a layer mask, and we're going to add a white layer mask, and it's right here. Now what we want to do is we want to fill, or we want to paint our brush that we made into this white layer mask. And what it's going to do is it's going to erase from this image here what goes in here. So we're going to choose our fill bucket, and we're going to do a pattern fill. We're going to go from the clipboard where we just copied our dot, and we are going to fill the whole selection. So I'll come over here and I'm going to say fill, and you can see this dotified effect. Now the last thing we want to do is add black to this layer that we made here, and that's going to help us see just a little bit better. So I'm going to choose black in my color palette, and I'm going to fill in that layer with black. And now you see this dotified image right here. Looks a lot like the dotified image that we had here. The slight variance is due to the fact that I had a slightly different fill brush right here. So we have our dotified image, and that's how you do it. The last step we might want to do is to add a border around this image. So we're going to go to Filters, Decor, and we are going to add a film strip. So we'll go to Combine, Film Strip, and my film strip coloring is going to be black, and I'm going to choose white for my text. Say OK, and now I have a film strip. Let's undo that and do a different one. Okay, so real quickly, I had to do something to make this work with film strip. I had to convert this to a JPG file. Now I can use my filter, decor, and slide, and that's what I wanted to use in the beginning. Say OK, and now I have my slide. So that's how you make a dotified image in Gimp, and till next time.